Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nerds with Dice. Tonight we are playing Riff's Ballad of Fates. Sorry about the delay, but we are here. And if you want to support the channel, you can check out the merch by using the link that is now in the chat. Or you can head over to Nerds with Dice on Twitter and find the link to the merch over there. We also have a sponsor in the Grinding Coffee Company. They are a Black and LGBTQ plus owned coffee company, and if you use code Nerds with Dice or just click on the link, you can get 10% off any of the coffee. And I hear it's really good coffee, so you should do that. And that is everything. Take it away, Kevin.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Riffs. This is a sci-fi magic-filled world where hundreds of years ago the world was destroyed by the sudden and unexpected influx of magic, and now hundreds of years later, the world is in quite a state. Our group of heroes is attempting to stop an invasion of the dimension and the things that bind the group together. All right. So let's go around and give super quick intros to our characters so we can all remind ourselves who we are. All right. Peppermint.
Hi everyone, I'm Nerdy Teddy, and I will be playing Peppermint, our nature mage / healer.
All right. Jetta.
Guys, my name is Maxine Bachmann, and I play Jetta, the elemental fusionist, who probably has no idea who you are or she is.
All right. And Freya.
Hi, I'm Michelle. I play Freya, who's a human spy, but she's also a night bane, which means I also play Rohan, an 8-foot-tall being with wings and a flaming sword.
Oh. All right. Sadly, Kate can't be with us tonight. So we're moving on to Kid.
Hello, everybody. I'm Evan Jennings. I'll be playing Krogahel Kid, a young blacksmith who is often befuddled and confused.
And Greeks.
Hi, I'm Ting, and I'm playing Greeks, a goblin-looking amphibious DB sci-tech.
All right. So, when we last left off, the group had a battle in a abandoned church outside of Merktown at midnight with a being calling himself the Armory, which turns out to be a doppelganger of Kid.
My brother.
As well as Tyrgix, a scientist from Greek's home dimension. I don't know how to apostrophize Greeks. Would it be Greeks?
You don't have to make up words, Kevin.
Sure.
This is new. What?
Holler if you need anything.
The Tyrgix proved incredibly hard to affect, both emotionally and physically, and the Armory was a just tank with a sword. They did manage to take apart a piece of his enchanted armor, but Tyrgix removed the two of them before things got worse. They managed to capture a shadow mage that had had some dealings with other people involved in the Night Lords, including a Leonidas Moss, who the man said was a prince, and gave them some information about, or didn't give them, but they found it among his personal effects and journal, information about a crystalline cave of mirrors. So they decided they would go to Dwemer to check in and deposit a potentially dangerous book with an archmage they know there, before going to Lockhaven to discuss, for the first time since being in Palladium itself, and discuss some things with Kid's mom. And then they were going to head out west towards, oh my god, I wrote down what city I said before. It's not Tulsa, Arsno, I believe.
Yeah, ours no.
Yeah.
To see if they can find the sheriff.
Who knows about the Crystal Cave?
Who knows
right?
about the Crystal Cave? Yes. Their pal, Ren Six Howl told them that he would head off to go and give the sergeant, or the not sergeant, the sheriff the heads up. So, as you prepare to leave town, are you going to kill the Shadow Priest or do something else?
Well, I don't think we should kill him.
Well, everyone
He's-
seems
he's
to
just sort
leave
of-
Freya alone with him a lot. So, does she bring it up for discussion? You all have brought him to a private medical facility that does have a back room that you are using.
Sorry, I keep muting myself because my girlfriend is fighting my dogs. But I mean, I don't know what we should do. He's a bad guy, but he's not fighting us now. I don't think I could like hurt him now.
And he knows who we are.
Does he?
Does he?
He did say
He very much dislikes you and may have heard you talk to each other.
he definitely wants to
Yeah.
kill you, but
I know. I didn't realize. I mean, I'm not used to guns. I usually use other subtle means.
I thought you meant to shoot his leg off.
Well, not off.
Oh.
I didn't realize that would do that much. I mean, I know it's good against like evil things. I guess I just didn't really do the math.
It's okay. We all make
Yeah.
mistakes sometimes.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's a
We
pretty
still
good
put up
gun.
with you.
Yeah. And what I'm not going to do is yell at you for an hour about how you shot a guy's leg off. And I leave the room, dropping the mic on my way out.
Peppermint.
I go
would
get
be
a snack
against
from the
killing
vending.
him.
Are there vending machines? I go get a snack.
Yes,
I'm
there are
sorry.
vending machines.
I'm sorry, Peppermint. I
Yeah,
apologize.
I was just gonna say, Peppermint, after going through the trouble to keep him alive, Peppermint would be against killing him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we imprison him, put him somewhere? Should we take him with us to Dwemer? Mm.
I don't think
Let
he
them-
really wants to go on a field trip with me, Greeks. What does Peppermint? Can you find what does he want besides killing me? Like, if his only life goal is to kill me, I can just deal with it. That's fine. But is he because he's talking to you, right?
Not really.
Not really.
Kind of was in shock and then mentally numbed
And then I drugged him.
and then drugged. Yeah.
Did I miss?
Go ahead. All right.
So
Sorry.
basically, he's going to live, right?
Yes. Unless something changes.
I just say we've patched him up. He can. He's alive, and I'll leave him alive.
Okay.
Since everyone wants to leave him alive, I'll leave him alive.
Okay. So Father Easton continues to exist.
Yeah.
All right. As you are all preparing to go, Starissa says, I've got a thing I need to take care of. I will be back soon.
As per usual.
Yeah, it shouldn't take long.
Well, Starissa and I are just like, love you guys, okay, bye.
Yeah.
I give her
No
I
one-
give her one of the candy bars I got from the vending machine. Good luck.
These are my favorite. Thank you so much. And gives you a hug.
Oh.
It's a little stronger than you
Yeah.
expected.
Even though I have enchanted armor, I'm still like ow, 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 ow.
And then she goes,
And the breastplate.
Then she goes bounding down the hallway
Like a
and through the
musical.
doors.
I think Jetta or my life and Stressa's life is just a big musical.
There should be music. There should definitely be music accompanying you guys at all times. That does make sense. Definitely.
Total sense.
Okay, bye.
Well, so are you staying here overnight, or are you gonna try to hop the midnight train to Dwemer? Or actually it's morning now.
Yeah, let's rebar. God damn. I'm
'Cause
sorry
we're
if you
in
guys
six-
heard that bark.
It's fine. Because
He
Ren
barked
Six
at my door.
walked into the sunset, metaphorically.
Riley's good.
Yeah,
Put the
I say we
priest
hop the red eye.
somewhere. Yeah, let's train. I'm just
I would
gonna
like-
send
would
a
like-
message to Danica that I'm off and all that type of stuff. And
Gotcha.
I would like to see what a midnight train on Rifts looks like. Like what kind of people ride this train.
Also,
The
does
usual.
it go anywhere?
It's a magical train that does a couple of stops before hitting Dwemer. It runs along ley lines. It is another one of the lightning rails. This one is not super full. There is the conductor who comes around collecting the tickets seems to be an owl person without feathers. Very skinny, huge eyes, beak, wearing a conductor's suit and hat.
No, that is a nightmare, man, that you made. Why? Why would you make that a train conductor? That is awful.
owls
I
have
hate
longer
that.
legs than you think.
Yeah.
Why would
Yeah,
you
they really
say
do.
that to me? Well, now that's what I'm. I hate it.
Art, Evan. I need art of this.
Owls are very skinny.
I'm
Yeah.
going to commission an art of this just so you have to look at it for however long it takes you to draw
I
it.
don't want it.
All
You
right.
know they puke up all the bones of the things that they eat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Like a
yeah, that's what
ball.
they do.
Owls are fucking scary.
Well,
Owl
man.
pellets.
Did
So
you
would I
also
be
know
able
that
to
owls?
fix,
The what? What'd you say, Tim?
would I be able to fix my ship on the train?
Like, I'm done.
Oh, you're able to, while other people are dealing with the hospitalized shadow priest. You're able to go in and patch up the pieces you need. Riley had exactly the pieces to repair. So your ship's back in commission.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, there's a couple other people on this train. There's someone who has some kind of weird worm, like a fiery worm that's about 6 feet long on a leash.
Whoa.
And the worm seems to be like a trained familiar.
Oh,
Fireworm?
Yeah.
God, I love riffs.
that's fucking awesome.
Fucking love riffs.
How close are they?
They are not a people person. I would not. You look over at them and their worm, and they give you a look on their face. They are a
Stank guy.
kind of bald, white guy with like tattoos along the side of his face of runic symbols, and has like piercings down the spine of his back.
I
And
definitely wave to that man.
just
I like
looks at
your
you,
dog.
Does not say anything to you.
Okay, cool.
Um,
I put the dog treats back in my pocket.
yeah. And there's let's see who else would be here. There is a cyber knight on this train actually as well, but he has a weird kind of like mushroom looking helmet. It's very strange. But it's not a cyber knight you've ever met.
Oh, mushroom, not onion.
Well, it's a cybernetic helmet, but it looks kind of like a mushroom. Like if he was wearing a hat that was a mushroom, like Toad,
Huh.
except it's made of metal. And far less jolly.
Okay.
What I'm
Cool.
referencing is a Cyberknight picture. I think is a little ridiculous, but I don't know if it's the one in the core book. So there's all kinds of people on this train, most of whom seem to be some kind of dangerous. This is not a cheap train, and you you find that there's not the most welcoming of people on it.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this thing for no good reason to satisfy my own brain because that's who I am as a person. Where would it be? Cyberknight 61. Yeah. So, you get to Dwemer easily enough. You're all checked for. Well, I guess it's not in here anymore. But the original picture of the Cyberknight was a little goofy and has a weird mushroom hat. Anyway, you get to Dwemer. There's a bustling city here. As the day wakes up, you get in around, let's say, 9. You're probably all a bit tired, even if you slept beforehand. The town is active. Once again, as you come into town, there is a giant dragon just sitting on a enormous building, sleeping. It doesn't seem to move much. Last time, I think, or 2 times ago, you came in here and it looked at you briefly. This time it does not seem to do so.
Does it ever go to a
Waved at
different
that,
building?
too.
I think we're having an issue with.
Yep, I was just going to interrupt and
Same.
say I need to go to break for a second and reboot my Zoom.
Uh-oh.
Yay, computers!
All right. Please stand by.
And we're back. Thank you, everyone, for being patient.
This is what happens when you get a gremlin.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, this
We got
dragon.
rid of the gremlin.
Well, did you?
It had friends.
Did you though? Did we really?
It laid gremlin eggs.
Ew.
Yeah.
Mm.
Let's
No,
not
it just
go there.
copy pasted.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Nope, I don't have a good joke for some kind of copy paste mitosis. All right.
Fail,
So-
Kevin.
Yeah, I know.
Good
Your
job.
fail of a joke was a great joke,
Jesus.
Kevin. I appreciated
You
the
call
laughter
yourself a-
of joke.
You call yourself a
Copy-paste
game boss.
mitosis. Yes, I do, and I continue to. So let me get back to doing that. The town is much the same. It's early in the morning. Many of the shops are just opening. The people are headed to workplaces now.
Workplaces.
There are students around. Actually, there's very few people who look like students around right now. If you head over by the college, you'll see more of them, but the people who look like students tend not to be up at 9 a.m. The town doesn't seem like that much like anything has changed. You check news reports. You can check news reports about the situation in the pit, and it seems that's calmed down. And you see an interview with the son of your contact there, Simon Moorhead, who is who now that things are calmed down is apparently taking over the business and will run the mill and get it reestablished as soon as possible. Let's see. There's no new major news out of Free Quebec that anyone would really be talking about. If you go looking for it, there's not really a mention of anything new or exciting happening there. Just some political stuff with the Free Quebec government. Let's see. Yeah, that's the major things I can think of. You said you were going to stop in and check on Exexa?
Yeah.
All right. You place a call to Helix. Helix gets back to you saying that the Archmagus is in and has office hours this afternoon if you'd like to stop by.
Yes.
If he is with a student, he might have to push you off, but oftentimes during this time of year, the students will be mid-project and not seeking extensions, which takes up more of his time than he'd like. All right. So, you have the morning.
Is there any news from Housetown?
There's no major news out of Housetown, no.
Okay.
Nothing that gets up this way that you'd know about. Doesn't seem, it doesn't seem like anything abnormal is happening. That's right on the Rio Grande, or Rio Grande. I don't know. I'm from PA. I don't know how they say it. Fox has told me, and I think I've forgotten. So, right there on that big old river right on the Gulf. Everyone knows that place often has problems with vampires and bandits, but is relatively stable. Is there anywhere else you wanted to know things about or see if other people know things about?
Freya wants to make sure no one's on her tail.
All right, give me a tailing roll.
Let's see.
Or tracking people.
Yeah, she's mostly like trying to figure out like either through messages because she wants to make sure no one is on her trail.
Well, that's
basically
part of the
it.
problem is if you keep checking, if you
Yeah.
keep sending messages saying, hey, did anyone notice my last message?
No, that's not what she's going to do.
Yeah.
She's not like that. So what do you want exactly?
Well, you're looking to see if anyone's like physically following you or if you've left any trail at all.
Yeah.
Oh, why did every window just minimize? There we go.
Started a new social media page and you just want to see if people started following you or not?
No, she just wants to.
What skill do you think would be useful here? I mean,
I got intelligence.
well, how about you roll a concealment using
Okay.
it as a cover to see how well you have been concealing your tracks recently.
31.
31
Here.
is well under your skill. So, you don't believe you've been leaving any major digital trail. You don't, like, hopping on this train makes it very difficult to, hopping on a rail line powered by magic means you could be in any number of places. So you've been pretty thorough in obfuscating your trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, obfuscating is invisibility stuff.
Kind of, yeah. You've been throwing chaff in the air. Anyway,
Yeah.
you feel confident about your ability to be a spy. Is what I'm trying to say in too many words.
That's okay.
So, the day goes on. You see again, Dwemer is a magical city. The towers are built mostly with magic. There are giant giant magical constructs wandering the city with pilots in them to keep the peace. There's people of pretty much all types. You see the one major dragon and the occasional other dragons of much smaller, tend to be smaller than that one, but it's a city filled with all kinds of wonders. There's wizards hovering around on brooms and hoverboards, running late to class, that kind of thing. One is legit dressed like Marty McFly. Yeah. All right.
Greeks wants to text Ivy, ask her if she's heard the name Leonidas Moss.
You get back a message super fast that says, "Not off the top of my head."
Okay.
Should I want me to deep dive it?
Yes.
All right, this town has terrible connection, so it might take a little bit longer than normal. But if I find any hint, I'll get it to you.
Thank you.
Also, in your bag, you had Greeks. You had installed the moat into the tablet you had gotten from Tyrgix, or that Tyrgix had left behind.
No, the tablets. It's not from this. It's not from Earth, right?
It's from your original dimension.
Okay.
And slowly on it, you see kind of in the background that it is running a process that is building kind of a town. You've seen it from one direction before, but now it seems much more detailed. It's much more defined now, but it's kind of like ghostly in the background unless you want to expand on it. Do you wish to expand on it?
Yeah.
One sec. All right. So you pull it open and you find that there is now a number of beings in this town. You had seen the moat, an embodiment of the moat in a rowboat, kind of in the middle of a lake. And the lake was made out of data. Here, the lake is made out of data so fine that it becomes basically pixels. It's gone from looking like the original Tron to looking a little more like, we'll say 16-bit. There doesn't seem to be any art style defined here. Everything is in regular shapes. And every tree looks a bit the same, but they're starting to look a little different. Every building is also starting to look a little different. Welcome back, Greeks, says the moat. I don't remember if we gave the moat any other names. Don't believe we did.
It was just Sisman.
Oh, Sysamin. The influx of data from this tablet has been useful in defining several things that seemed before undefined.
I like what you've done with the place. Do I recognize it? This town.
If you try to recognize it, it looks a little too generic. How much of your memories did you put into this? put into the moat before? Like when you concentrate with the moat, do you think of the past often?
As much as I can, yeah.
All right. So you do recognize bits of streets, but they're not in the you recognize things that you thought about. Place like here was a place that served food. Here was a place where your young gathered when you were young. And over there is a place where there was something dangerous, but now that area is all dark and it's fuzzy. It's like scenes from your memory have been put in a line, like if you walked down a Hollywood studio looking at a bunch of different scenes from a movie being shot.
Gotcha.
As well as some pieces of towns that you've been to. Now you start seeing as well. The whole place is much larger. Before it was basically a street and a lake. Now it seems to be a small town. All the beings moving around don't seem to regard you or have much of any thought or personality, but they are moving around. Demode says, the resonance frequencies in the equations you've discovered are sensible and good, and I am working with them. They seem right, but there's still something not quite there yet.
Can you complete them?
I don't believe I can alone. There's a disconnect. I'll have to figure out what it is that's missing before I can define it. Thus the problem of knowledge. Magic is a system that I understand on a academic level. And the abilities of psionics make a lot of sense to me, even though I don't know if I would possess such a thing or not. I am, but am I alive is a question I've yet to answer. Is there anything I can help you with right now?
Just no, just these equations. I'm mostly interested in.
Communicating with Tirgix on a distant level would help me greatly, but I understand the caution there. I would not do such a thing without letting you know first. Still, what one has found, another may yet find. Things we know to have been true must be true, unless they have changed. Indeed. As the being is standing there, you see it roughly in the shape of one of your kind. Every now and then, one of the animated beings will come up, touch it on the shoulder, and then walk away. And you see kind of like a data transfer between those beings and it every time that happens.
I ask it, do you know if Tirg's abilities are psionic in nature or just purely technical?
They are not magic that I know of. My experience with magic is limited, though I have begun absorbing data and footage from techno wizards. I don't see a corollary among other psionics that I have experienced, but that does not mean there aren't psionics that I have yet to see. It will make sense. I will make it make sense.
Okay, good.
All right. With that, it doesn't seem like he's got much more to offer, or they, I should say, that Sysamin has much more to offer to you at the moment. But they are clearly developing and somewhat evolving.
Cool. Cool.
As you look up from the tablet, which this just took like a very short amount of time in Greeks' mind. As you look up, Jeddah is coming down the street, just walking.
Oh, it's Jeddah.
I just find something like a little flower or something on a something bush or something. It's very distracted. Go over there, grab it.
Yeah.
Put it in my pouch.
Are we gonna bring her with us? Should we? Oh, okay. She noticed us. Hey.
Hi,
Jeddah.
guys. Hi.
Hello.
How you doing, Jeddah?
I'm good. Yes, hi.
That's good. Did you do anything exciting while you were? Yeah, don't really remember, huh?
Probably.
Okay.
Cut scene 2. A coalition ship
Dual-wield
exploding with
machine
Jeddah
guns.
flying off of it.
No idea.
A 90s-esque animated Liefeld character with guns as big as themselves, jumping off of the same ship as well, and Jeddah summoning up Earth to cushion both of their fall, and then cut back to now.
Thanks for helping us save all those orphans, Jeddah.
Did you do anything fun? Probably.
Well, that's good.
How long it's been, but have you done anything fun? Has lots of time gone past that you can do lots of fun things?
Yeah, I met my brother.
You have a brother?
Yeah, I have a twin brother from another dimension.
Is he also a child?
I'm not a child. I'm like 22 years old, Jenna. No, he does want to murder me a lot. But that's okay because I'm sure I can convince him, and we can find some kind of common ground.
Isn't there a blue blood thing that wants to kill you too?
Yes.
Why do people like killing children?
I'm not a child. I am a full-grown man. Okay. Well, that's always fun. All right, we're gonna go talk to a wizard. Do you want to come with us?
That sounds fun.
It isn't as fun as you think. he's not the funnest guy. A nice guy. Well.
Why do you want to speak to a not nice person?
Well, we have a bunch of questions for him.
That is a good reason to talk to a person. Hello, Peppermint.
Hello.
I have not gained any more peppermint to give you. I apologize.
That's okay. Thank you, though.
You're welcome.
Did you know that?
Hi.
Did you know that we saved Peppermint's sister? Did we tell you that?
My sister.
Wasn't she there for it?
You were there.
Yeah, she was.
I forgot. Oh yeah, she came out of the ground. You have a sister. All right, let's go talk to that wizard. Good chat.
I keep forgetting you have green friends.
She just starts like playing with your ear, Greeks.
Hey.
Hi. Like playing with your ear, like just whacking and smacking.
Okay, that reminds me. Greeks, do your sunglasses do anything special?
Block the sun, probably.
They make him look awesome.
They do
Also
make him
that.
look awesome. It's
And
just
make
my
him
mask.
invisible.
My mask does stuff. Does your sunglasses do stuff?
I should make some enhancements to him, but no
That
time.
might be cool.
They make him invisible.
Could you make your sunglasses shoot lasers?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
I
cool.
mean, you could strap a laser scalpel and overpower it to.
I know someone who could do that.
Do you?
Probably
No.
someone who's, Greek-sized and Greek-shaped.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're very good at technology.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go. I guess should we go talk to that wizard?
I missed you guys.
We missed you too.
Yay. I like being missed.
All right. So the group of you head towards the chicken-footed tower that the wizard Exaxa lives in, with the massive telescope on top, which is in a different position than you last saw it. And you see it actually move about 3 degrees. Actually, you see it move about 90 degrees as it suddenly sweeps to the north, which is a good indicator that someone's using it. As you go in, Helix is there. Helix is a wolfen who's about 6'2", hunched over. I think it might be more. I forget. But says, "Welcome back. He's in his office now. If you care to speak with the wizard or the High Magus.
Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about.
Anything you want to give me a quick rundown on first?"
Let's see, a book of shadow, a
All right.
mirrored cave, a
That's new.
guy named Leonidas Moss who claims to be a prince of the night,
Okay.
shadow priest,
So
the
good stuff.
usual.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say none of
Sus.
that. I haven't heard of a mirror cave.
West.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I have a question too.
Yes, Jeddah.
Can I pet you?
No. You can pat my arm, but I'm not gonna put my nose down near you.
Whoa.
She like so nicely goes over to like pet his arm.
The fur is a little coarser than you would have hoped. It's well groomed. Conditioner costs must be through the roof. And
That's
as
what
you
I was
do
gonna
that,
ask. I was gonna ask how much shampoo he uses.
as you do that, Helix says, "Good, humanish," and pats you on the head with the big paw.
He goes to pat me, and Bert goes up and just sits on top of his hand, like slowly pushes it off.
Like, no, mine.
At which he goes, "Fair enough, little elemental."
That's her
I
dirt
don't know
ball.
what you're talking about. But
Both
thank
of
you
you.
for letting me pet you.
And then she walks
You
away. It's
didn't
not
pet me,
real.
and if you tell anyone I did, I'm probably gonna curse you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are curses a real thing?
Would you like to find out, kid?
Yes.
I don't know. Are they fun?
Matters what side you're on of them.
Will it give me more arms? Oh, no.
Well, makes
I
Freya
mean-
disappear.
Oh no.
No, not in the way you'd hope.
Oh, where'd she go?
No, she legitimately just
Ah!
she stole Greg's sunglasses. I told you they make people invisible.
She's our leader. We can't do anything without her, Helix.
Okay, I can help. That's why I'm here. I can help.
No.
Well, we'll just fill her for a minute until we see what's going on, and then give someone else time to readjust some overlays, but it's all good. Everything's
you-
all good.
Do you, and I do mean this respectfully and not to be a jerk, do you like the taste of dog treats?
I mean,
Or is that for dogs and not wolves?
I like the crunch.
Mhm.
But really, I think I'd just rather have, like, I don't know, a whole sleeve of Oreos.
Yeah. The honestly, the dog Oreos are pretty good
Why would you eat dog Oreos? Also, why would they make dog
because they're.
Oreos?
I don't know, but they're good.
I think I'll stick to the regular Oreos.
Okay. But
Jetta
if you ever
leans-
find yourself with a handful of dog Oreos, try one. They're pretty good.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, if you ever find yourself with a bunch of ape-shaped Oreos, go for it.
What?
God, they don't teach you science, do they?
Jetta leans over to Peppermint. She goes,
Cookie cutters.
Do you know where Princess is?
Who?
She said that to Pepper.
Oh.
Princess? Do you mean Starissa?
Yeah, that one.
No, I don't know where she is.
Huh.
She had something to take care of.
Well, that's like her. I'll have to find her at some point.
All right.
Hi.
So, at this point, Exaxa's office doors open, and in you can see a large desk. There are trophies along the walls of various magical artifacts. There are books. You see a shelf of books that is chained literally to the shelf. A row of books, not a shelf that is chained to the shelf.
Like Harry Potter.
Well, as you would do with books that are capable of, moving on their own.
throwing legs and walking away.
And in there, I forget what the voice of Exaxa was. Was it just boomingly deep? I've forgotten.
I don't think
When he's
that's
got
it.
his helmet on,
Yes.
yes.
When
he's
it's
got his
booming
helmet.
deep, it says welcome
I think he's like, hello there. I
to
think
my
he kind of.
office hours.
Does he say office hours like all dramatic?
Yes, they are capitalized. You can tell they're capitalized from the way he says it.
They appear above his head capitalized. Thanks.
I appreciate you bringing me the gremlin.
You're welcome.
But this means I will do for you what I can. What
Cool.
do you require from the High Magus Exaxa?
I know we didn't talk about this beforehand, guys, but should we ask him about the NAIGHT?
He knows about the Night Lords.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh my god, I told you about them.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
I'm the one with bad memory.
Listen, I've been through a lot. I met my brother.
I take it your travels through Palladium were fruitful.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we found some fruit.
Oh God.
And we also found some gods.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I found a god missing their finger. I think we talked about that.
I think you may have filled me in on bits of that story,
Mm-hmm.
but not all. But I do not remember exactly. It did not seem impertinent to me at the moment, so I will.
I'll be honest. I forgot what I was gonna ask you. Does anybody remember what we wanted to ask Zaxa while we're here?
Okay, first I have this book, and Freya takes out the book as shadow, and then so it seems as though this guy out west in a mirrored cave met this Leonidas Moss, got this book, book as shadow, ended up in Merktown, started trying to get, contacted the Night Lords. They
May I see the
promised
book?
him, of course, they're, promised him
The book
revenge,
floats over to
Yeah.
the Archmagus, and he starts leafing through it.
promised him, power for revenge, but then eventually he just wanted power and more power because those are the Night Lords. And yeah, that's there you go.
What do you want for this book?
Information.
Agreed. Tears apart the book and pulls like a page out from the spine of the book. The book catches fire, and another book comes over from one of the walls. It unchains itself and floats over. He gently unfolds the sheaf of paper, or sheet of paper, places it gently in the book. There's a bit of magic glow, and he closes the book gingerly. Says, "I will file that away for further use later. But it will no longer endanger people."
Good.
Oops. What are you gonna do with it?
Preserve
Whatever
it for
he
study.
wants. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a spell I already know.
Oh, okay.
So, have you heard of this Leonidas Moss, who claims to be a prince, probably Night Lord related?
No.
Heard of mirrored caves out west? Crystal
No.
caves? The sheriff?
You say that like it has a capital S, but no.
Probably does.
I know several sheriffs, but none of whom go by the sheriff.
Are things at the pit under control?
Yes, the elementals have been put back to rest. It was sad to hear of the passing of Mr. Moorhead, but a dangerous business creating magic weapons.
Did they say any of those? Do I know any of those things? Because I think one of them I do.
Which one do you think you do?
Crystal Caves, I think it was.
Yes. You remember some crystal caves. You were younger, maybe? You're not sure. You do
Would this
remember
be
a
something
sheriff.
that I would change for, like, to remember.
All right. So, you remember quite specifically the sheriff, capital S, is a person you know. He's a person out west who sometimes gives you things to help out. Who asks you to help out people occasionally, has never asked you to harm people who weren't endangering someone else. And kind of put you on the tail of these people. You know him to be a sturdy man. There is something solid about him. Something very granite. Well, maybe not granite. Maybe more like a dense red stone.
Okay.
But not like a gemstone. More of a quartz or agate. I don't know what that means.
Either side probably gets
Yeah.
along very well with him.
Yeah. And you remember meeting him in a crystal cave, and carrying a box out of a crystal cave. These are all scenes that I believe we've seen on camera before.
I think
But
so.
it's been like a full year, and it's been a hell of a year, so I don't expect anybody to remember anything about the game. So
I also don't have any of my notes.
Yeah,
So.
that far ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jetta just kind of looks like she is starting to ponder more. And she stops, like, fidgeting as you guys are talking.
He goes, I don't know Leonidas Moss. Names are... If I could tell you the names of 5 of my students, it would be Helix and 4 others I can't remember.
Okay. Freya then describes Rohan experienced with Turgix. What type of being, like, what is that magic?
It wasn't magic, and Starissa assured you that it wasn't magic at all.
Yeah. I mean, Strissa said it wasn't magic. It wasn't magic.
At all. That's interesting. There are some minor psychics who can do a similar thing to the ghost forming, but they are affected heavily by gases. Their bodies are molecularly dispersed a bit, is the scientific theory behind the psi ghosts. But to be that I don't sounds a little bit like fourth dimensional time magic, but if it's not magic, I am interested. You always bring me interesting questions.
We try.
What's a box in the cave?
I'm sorry?
A box.
Do you want to see the box?
Do you have the Crystal Cave box?
I don't know about the Crystal Cave. I have the box that you all have brought me.
Oh,
Do you have another box, Jetta?
I did.
Where?
In the Crystal Cave.
Do you know where that is?
Do I
See,
remember?
You remember roughly where it was, but not exactly. Like, if you went out there, you might be able to find it again, but, like, from here, you're not quite sure.
Have you ever been home and you know around your home, but then you go away and you don't remember how to get home? Once you're home, you remember home? That's
Yes.
how I remember where the caves are.
But do you remember what you did with the box?
Took it out of the cave.
I believe you gave it to the... I believe you handed it to the sheriff. I don't know if we specified.
I don't know either. I think he told me to get it, but I don't know if I gave it to him or not. I don't remember. What I do remember is also the sheriff. I liked him. He was very nice. He also wanted the box. So I probably gave it to him. Maybe.
Okay. Well, that's a lead.
Yeah.
And he'll probably talk to you then if we.
Oh yes, I talk
We
to
bring
him
you with us.
often. Ish. When I visit. He told me about you guys.
Oh, every now and then he'll come to you in a dream.
Oh yes. I talk to him. Oh yes.
Oh yeah, shit.
I just say that just like I'm talking at fourth wall, but no one else hears it.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Huh. Okay. Well then once we're there, maybe it'll jog your memory and you can show us around.
I remember of it is gorgeous.
That's cool.
Unless you're claustrophobic, and then it is terrifying.
I might have a question for Exaxa. Will you answer one of my questions, or do I have to do another thing?
Well, it depends on the answer.
Okay. You know about the doppelgangers, right?
Yes.
So I met one that was of me. And if there's one of me, then there might be one of
Me.
No.
I hadn't considered this.
No, I don't care. There might be one of Zarian and Wenra, who are the two people that I'm looking for. There might also be one of my mom, which gives me great existential terror. But I won't get into that because my mom is
How
scary,
much
but
have you told him about about Wenra's true nature?
Not much.
Okay.
I don't even think I ever mentioned her until literally right now. I think I told him about Zarian and never Wenra.
Well, you might have mentioned it before about Zarian and Wenra, but
I might have just described them and
yes,
just
but
that
you didn't.
that
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might have said that she's a mage, but not that she's like, yeah.
So, well, that is possible.
Well, if it's possible, what's the likelihood of my friends being alive if they were captured by those doppelgangers?
By their own doppelgangers?
Yeah.
Matters the motivations of those doppelgangers.
Okay. So the motivations of the doppelgangers isn't always to just murder indiscriminately their duplicate.
It's much like the urge to freely relieve oneself is in human nature. We learn to not.
So it's like a self-control thing?
I suppose so. Though I also suppose in a world with less radiant magic, the only real source for staying in this dimension without being drawn back into the mirror world I've been learning about would be to destroy their duplicate, as the magic would be able to sustain them both. The causality alone would be enormously rippling out and as he does a massive clawed hand with like ripples running the air into waves, so the causality would just collapse.
Well, we let one go.
Well, we're in this world, which does have a substantial radiant magic. You see a pebble dropped into a still lake far more strongly than you see one drop into a river.
So could a person and his doppelganger exist in this world?
Yes.
Without one of them like exploding?
In all likelihood, yes.
Huh. Then it would just be a matter of convincing them to not murder you.
I mean, isn't that the daily struggle of life in this world?
Yeah.
Convincing people not to murder each other?
And there's hope. How can I tell? Is there a surefire way to tell a doppelganger from their duplicate?
No.
Fuck. All right. Dang it.
Unless they are freshly across a dimensional barrier.
What do you mean?
That would be far more easily. Well, when they first come to this plane, they would have been a long time in a different dimension, carrying that kind of dimension's resonance on them.
Oh, so you'd have to catch them right at the beginning.
It would probably last a while, but it would be a thing that fades over time as they, again, ripples in a pond, come into flow with this world.
Also, if they have a different set of skills, because they don't always have the same abilities.
Oftentimes, a doppelganger will be a reflection. Again, this theoretical, metaphysical magic of the Nightlands is very mirror heavy, and I feel a little heavy-handed at times, but that's just how that world works.
Let me ask another question that's kind of out of left field. Could gods be duplicated?
The beings that are called gods are complex and varied. To duplicate a god, if I were to duplicate a god, this isn't something you need done or you will go off and do.
No.
I would caution against it.
It's something that I want to know, is it possible that if a god or a small piece of a god could be duplicated?
In this instance, I would be asking, who are you trying to convince that it is the same?
No, I'm not trying to make the duplicate. I'm just wondering if it'll exist. If in these Nightlands a duplicate like that could just spawn.
I do not believe so.
Okay.
I don't. What little I know of the Nightlands is more than most, but a being of immense godlike power would probably have difficulty even getting in there without substantial opposition from a unified Night Lords, which from the few tales I've heard would be
insurmountable.
I wouldn't say insurmountable, but the likelihood of any being surviving it, divine or not, would be low.
Okay.
Anything that would cause all the Night Lords to turn their head and fight it.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't believe that would be something that happens there.
All right. Well, those are my questions.
Good questions.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I just thought of them now. Yeah. And this means that there's a chance that I can save my brother.
You have a brother?
He's not your brother.
my
Oh, are
God.
you referring to the doppelganger as your brother?
Yeah. He's kind of pretty much my brother, sort of a little bit. I wish.
He's not
I
your
hope.
brother at all.
Well, he
glad
sort of is.
No, he's not.
Well, we're kind of like twins.
No, that's not it either.
A little bit.
No. How
I
many
can't think of a
times?
metaphor. Okay, so if you were to smith a piece of metal from a design,
Okay.
let's say it's a breastplate,
Mm-hmm.
would you be able to attach that to armor that the other breastplate was made for? Yes,
Okay.
but they are still different.
Yeah.
They were created by different people, they were created in different places, but they could still slot in the same thing. That does not mean they are the same thing. But if one was but in this case, it's not two pieces of the same same item. Imagine if someone inverted the plans. Where there was an indentation, they put in outdentation? He would know better the word for that. Where there was
Where there wasn't any. Now there's an outie.
Yes. Where there wasn't any, there is now an outie. If you reversed the plans into a negative image, as though you were smithing a block of steel minus a breastplate.
Okay. So he's like my opposite?
Potentially. He's a reflection of you. Or
Like
you are a
child.
reflection of him.
Like twins.
Like a child.
No.
Like a mirror.
You have like a son?
No.
No.
Jeddah, you're not helping. No.
No, more like an identical twin, Jeddah.
No.
It's just no. Stop it.
My dad said I was a reflection of mom.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I think.
Kid.
So
I don't
Is
think
there-
he meant that in
so-
a good way, but that's beside.
it's okay if he's not really my brother. I know he's not really my brother, but he's like me in another universe.
Yes.
Well, that's okay. We can
I was
still
worried
hang
that
out.
you had a son that you left behind. I was getting very concerned.
No, I don't think I have a son. And he starts panicking.
Exes goes,
I
well,
mean,
we can
it could
only
have happened.
we can only hope.
You would have been a good dad.
I think I'd be a pretty good dad.
I mean, you may someday still.
Oh man, it's scary though. I don't know anything about being a dad.
What would you name your kid?
I don't know. What am I gonna do, Jenna? What am I gonna do?
I have
No.
God.
things I need to. If you could please focus.
Well,
Okay.
speaking of armor, and Greeks will describe armory.
I know
Ooh,
several of the
Dexter.
spells that would be used to do that, but the
I
magic.
have the chunk. I have the chunk of helmet with me.
May I see it?
Sure.
Floats it over to him. Actually, tries to float it over to him, and then it just falls on the ground.
Oh, here. I want to pick it up for him.
Interesting. Hold on. Creates a kind of curved hook out of magic, that then the hook picks it up and carries it over. He says, the enchantments have started to break on it.
Is magic wizard man.
Was it like anti-magic?
Yes.
Oh shit. Yeah, he was really hard to fight.
Incredibly anti-psionic.
What? God bless you.
the runes in this are actually built into the middle of the metal. One moment. Pulls out basically an electron microscope.
I'm thinking
Positions
about
it and
how
goes,
I would
"Huh."
even do that.
And
Like that's a blacksmith. What?
broadcasts it onto the wall. There are like patterns in the armor's metal. The connections in the molecules of metal form recognizable runes that are clearly magic runes.
Those are pretty.
This is dangerous magic that I could not replicate and
Okay.
would not replicate if I were asked.
Not pretty.
You can't replicate it?
I do not wish to learn the process,
Oh.
as it is costly in lives.
Oh,
Wait,
it's not pretty.
like
This
rune
is
weapons?
rune armor.
That phrase just be like, that's that rune stuff, right? Where you have to sacrifice people and put their blood and do that.
Does Jetta know anything about this?
Does Jetta wish to remember anything about the horror of rune weapons?
I feel like one
Yes.
side of her might, but there was a process that went through that that side might not know. Like protective side. So that's why I'm like, did the process allow her to remember it?
When you hear rune armor, you know it's bad. You know it was made through the cost of living people.
She probably gets real quiet and just kind of backs into a corner and just kind of sits down.
You know it's incredibly dangerous and powerful, but there are times that it has been enchanted with spirit, like given consciousness. And those kind of things, if they are dangerous weapons, can be good if they are a good spirit and wielded by those with purpose. Though there are equally those weapons that seek destruction and death and find those they are compatible with. Many more powerful rune objects have a great intelligence to them that can hurt people who it doesn't like. So if a little kid comes across a major rune weapon and the rune weapon thinks that kid's going to be a good guy and the rune weapon's evil, it will probably hurt that kid. If that kid is a bad person and that is a majorly good, like a glowing sword of holy radiance, it would hurt that child.
Gotcha.
And
Wild.
not allow it to be used itself, to be wielded by someone it didn't kind of vibe with. There are other rune weapons of lower power that are less picky or less conscious.
With that, Jetta would probably like back up kind of away from the group a little bit and just kind of sit down and take a stick out of her hair and just like draw random shapes on the ground out of thin air. Just kind of zone out.
Can you tell where this was made or by who?
No.
Oh, I think I know who made that. Because that's what we already. I think I know who made that. Yep. I just look at Exaxa and look at the rest of my team. I don't think I want to say it though. In front of I point to Exaxa. Just in case.
I'm capable of reading context clues.
What's the context clue?
Never mind.
Yeah, I know who made it. That sucks. That's not good. Yep. Any tips on how to fight this? Because I'm sure he'll have more.
Its protections against psionics have been weakened. And the process of creating the helmet is easy enough, but even enchanting it to this level takes years.
Oh, good. Okay.
They will still be incredibly durable.
Right.
And resistant to psionics, but no longer what appears to have been immune.
So we can hit his mind.
Who was wearing this?
My doppelganger, my brother.
Not your brother.
Your son. No.
Krogahel, you see yourself as a person of great mental integrity, yes? Of strong will.
Yeah, I'm not very smart, but I'm pretty, I guess, strong-willed, hard-headed.
I would imagine a mirror image of you to be similar.
Yeah, we're probably a lot alike. Do you think he likes comic books? Do you think
Probably
he'll
not.
like Ghost Fudge?
I don't know this person, and I don't wish to. The spells here are... This chunk of metal is of no use to me. I mean, actually, that's not true at all. I would find great use in this, but I'm not willing to purchase it at the moment.
Okay.
Weak seers though weakened, and they're gonna touch the helmet and object read it.
All right,
Try to.
when you do, part of your brain gets sucked into the lattice work of the metal.
Gross.
Oh God.
Much like the mental circuit on your phones that was a trap, this has a bit of that built in, but it's easy enough to pull yourself back out of. You kind of bounce off the outside, but if you touch it again from the inside, it's like walking on the bottom of a maze, or walking at a maze from above instead of walking through it. You can see how you might get some signal from it. This thing has a shadow of intelligence. Go ahead and give me that object read roll.
Come on. Nope.
Got this.
73.
The only images you get are blood, pain, the pounding of hammers, and darkness. Just an ever oppressive darkness.
That's a fun trip.
You've never felt in your mind, you've never felt a darkness more full.
Yeah, I got nothing.
That was probably unwise.
Why?
Rune items are sometimes powerfully conscious. Many of them capable of speech or even acting on their own for some period of time with the user's intentions. Such things could be dangerous. This, however, is devoid of most consciousness, but I do not wish to further pry into it.
I had to try.
Well,
Okay.
Jetta, as you're scribbling, you unconsciously, just thinking as you do, you have drawn an image that forms into a circle of power, and a massive spike of earth forms downwards out of the circle you have drawn.
Do I notice that happened? Like, because I'm just absentmindedly.
You notice the minute the magic connects.
Okay.
You have created a summoning circle, and an elemental force just shot a piece of itself through.
What?
Exasa
What?
reaches over, and you feel a wave of magic, like basically catch you in the side of the face, Jetta, and like it throws you and the circle that you had just written against the wall, and the circle as it goes against the wall shatters, but the jagged piece of earth that you accidentally just summoned is still there in the middle of the room.
Wait, did Exaxa like shoot Jeddah?
He went like this and goes, "Please do not open portals to other dimensions in my office."
Okay. I thought we were about to fucking throw down with this super wizard. I was ready to clock his ass right in the face. Nuh-uh.
Jeddah just kind of like...
I apologize for the force of the dispelling, but it needed to be done immediately. That wasn't intelligence.
Is the thing alive still? Like,
it was never like you saw it move a little bit, like it was at the end of a tentacle, but it as soon as the portal shut, it's just completely became like a stalagmite.
Gotcha.
She summoned a what?
She just goes, "I'm sorry," and she turns and just leaves. Sorry.
This is a place of powerful summoning magic. I'm sure it had something to do with my augmentations to this locale.
She didn't mean it consciously.
I want to go look at the metal.
What did she do?
She opened a gateway between here and somewhere else where there was earthen thoughts.
Earthen thoughts? Can I pick up that piece of metal?
It's not a piece of metal. It's solid rock.
Do I recognize it?
Nope. Do you have geology or, you've got mining? Yeah.
I have geology. Wait. Oh. Yep, I got geology.
All right, roll in geology.
That makes the most sense, I think. Let me see what this is.
It's alright.
Geology's not great.
I don't have.
No. I got a 66 and it is 40 something. 45.
Probably some kind of sandstone.
Probably pretty looking.
She was just summoning rocks. Okay. I don't know how that...
If she communicates with a thing through such a portal, it could be dangerous. Okay. The one she carries on her is protective.
She calls it Bert.
The dirt mole?
What did you think it was?
A dirt mole.
It's an elemental.
Okay.
One of the more focused ones I've ever met.
Bert is actually important. I love it.
Jeddah comes back in and she super awkwardly just walks up, takes the rock, and then walks back out again.
So that's why she can't get rid of Bert.
If the being wanted to leave, it would.
Figured.
But convincing an earth elemental is like convincing a boulder.
Yeah, I have experience in that.
Well. My office hours are coming to a close.
Okay. Ooh, can I stinky wizardize him?
Well, no, that's not a thing. You have an ability. It's called Eyeball a Fella.
No, not eyeball a fella. I've already eyeballed this fella when we first met him. I would like to, and I think what you told me is that he's like fucking weird or something.
Oh God, he's
so fucking weird. But
so weird.
I would like to look at his strings.
His strings are complicated.
Oh,
It seems like there are many wrapped around his fingers, and his armor is an entire set of strings into itself.
What?
His armor, the mask and the gloves he wears, are an entire set of strings strung together. They are all bound together as a single piece of magic item.
Like what this thing was? I remember Evil Kid's thing when we were ripping it apart, strings were inside of it and were snapping.
Yes.
Or is it different?
It is different.
Okay.
These are more... The strings also have a bit of... Here, the strings have artistry to them. They're not just threads. They are woven. They are... This is a tapestry. He has created a tapestry of magic items that he wears. And connected strongly through a massive... like rope, a series of strings into a rope you see going down towards the area you forged with him in. Something down there is massively, powerfully, magically connected to him.
Can everybody else leave the room, Exacxa? Can I just have you for like 10 more seconds? But I know you're not going to want to talk about this in front of everybody because it was a secret. Just real quick, just another real quick question.
Freya, Greeks, Peppermint. Give my regards to Jeddah.
Sure.
Just trust me, guys, because this is a secret.
Okay.
Everyone else?
Yeah, we leave. Yeah.
Okay. So let me get this straight, Kevin. There is thick rope of these threads leading down to the basement where I forged with him.
Yes.
Okay. And I remember what I forged with him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that material that I forged with him, have I seen that material since?
Well, the material, I don't know how much he told you about the material. I think you learned that it was the blood of a dragon god.
Right. Okay. So,
but it was a different color than any.
It was
of
a
the
different
other...
color.
Yes.
Okay. Exacxa. I've learned that stuff that you made me forge, that it's dragon god blood.
I'm sorry. Had you forge?
That stuff. What?
I did not make you forge it.
Oh no, that's not what I mean. Yeah. I forged it. I put my emblem on it. You know what I mean? I was proud of it. It was a good job.
And I will leave that emblem proudly affixed.
Cool. Yeah, I made it. You know. But what I want to ask is, this dragon blood seems to be, popping up. The dragon blood god. The god that you took that from.
I did not personally take it from a god.
Okay.
I acquired it from a potential fifth-party source.
Okay. Is there a connection between the dragon god blood and all of those threads? And I look at his whole outfit and that one, and I point to the big thick one that leads down to the basement.
I don't know what threads you're talking about, but that is where I keep the construct, yes.
You don't know what threads I'm talking about? I assumed you made them. Did you make that armor?
I made this armor, yes.
Well,
I have invested myself emotionally and personally, and much of my magic in this armor, as well as in the construct.
Maybe that's what I'm seeing.
It's a powerful construct.
Well, yeah, but these threads, you made these threads by pouring yourself into this stuff, right? And your own magic?
One assumes.
So can someone can use these threads to do essentially the same thing if they find the boxes?
I didn't use any of the box. I haven't touched the box.
No, I'm not. I know, not you, but I mean, can someone do essentially what you're doing here if they're able to get those boxes?
The boxes would be a massive shortcut.
Right. Okay.
I did not consider that.
And if they have the blood of a dragon god,
I will need you to take the box with you.
Okay. Oh, okay. what I'm trying to get at, Exacxa, is I'm putting this together. The bad guys may have access to a renewable source of dragon god blood from probably one of the most powerful dragon gods, and they've
There's
got
only
a
the
couple of
4
these,
known.
right? Nick, can you name them?
Yes.
Well, it's going to be one of those.
It's not.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Holy shit! Wait, I know a dragon god. He gave me the name though, didn't he?
Oh yes, he did give you. Oh, that is right. 5 then.
5, yeah. So he knows, but this one he had to like look for. It was like obscure or something, right?
Yes, that it is a lost dragon god.
So, and I'm not telling him. I don't want to say that it's that one, but I'm sure he can surmise because that's the one I was asking. Right? Okay. If he wants to ask, I won't lie. But they might have a source of renewable dragon blood.
Dragon blood itself is quite magically potent.
Dragon god blood.
The blood of a dragon god is rare and hard to find. Having any source of it at all is dangerous.
Well, it might be inside of a person. And if that's the case,
why would it be?
I don't know, man. I don't know. And I don't know if I should even tell you because I don't know if you'll try to do magic shit and try to use her, but right now she's in the hands of the enemy and I don't know what to do, but I think if they might be able to do the shit that you're doing. And you seem like a pretty big, powerful wizard man, but if there's more of them than there are of you, and they have Zarian on their side, and they have an evil me with an unstoppable juggernaut suit, this can get real bad. This can get real bad real fast.
You can leave the box. I will not use it.
Okay.
Because I realize what would be involved, and I don't have the resources or need to make those shortcuts. That's cheating.
Okay. Okay.
But you're playing against cheaters. People who found a shortcut and are exploiting it.
Well, I think that's what the Night Lords offer all these people that they work with. And the Night Lords themselves seem to really suck, but I mean, they're cheating, but I mean, they have a lot more than I think we thought they did.
With a massive supply of dragon blood, a portal could potentially be... One of the boxes could potentially be used to tear a hole in a dimension. At the right point.
Like a cave
I had
full
a report of this, but it was weird. And in New York. And in a different time and place.
Okay. I don't know.
Man covered in spikes tried to use a giant ball to open a dimensional hole, and there were brains inside of a torso.
Gross and weird, and you're confusing me.
Sheep woman.
What?
It was all very confusing.
Yeah, I'm confused listening to you.
I'll have to consult Tannhauser again. Anyhow.
Okay.
I will have to make some calls I'd rather not make. To find out more about suddenly these boxes, I realize, have already been used.
Well, then I think maybe you should start preparing your city in case, maybe in case we fail. Because this seems like it'll get pretty bad. I'm not saying we're going to go and stop a bunch of Night Lords, but
would be dangerous.
It's your job to protect the city.
It is my job to protect the city. I will petition the Lord Maguses for an audience.
There's more than just you?
This city is ruled by 3 lords of the city, the Lords of the Magi, the Magical Brotherhood.
Oh, is that those giants?
The 30-foot tall, 4-armed, pale blue, bald people.
Seen one, yep. Seen them stomping around.
The 3 of them are what keeps this city in existence. I
Well-
shall bring this to their attention if possible.
Yeah, let them know if they got any questions. We feel free to answer any of them. We have a cell phone somewhere.
Don't bother. I will contact you if they need you.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
If they need you, you will be contacted, I should say.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. Well, I just wanted to, I don't know, make that connection in my brain, and I didn't want anybody else to know that I made that cool thing for you because it was a secret, and you asked me not to tell anybody.
I asked you not to tell anyone, and I respect you keeping that.
Can I ask you one more thing really quick? And I think you, I, I think you've seen my friends well enough to know you can probably answer this honestly, since it's just you and me without much consequence. Are you going to use that robot for evil?
No.
Are you an evil guy?
Why would I use a robot
I
built
really
to
like-
protect the city for evil?
I don't know.
It's
I don't
not a
know.
robot, first of all.
I
I'm
don't know
sorry
what
that you
lizards
didn't understand
do.
it.
It's just you kind of freak me out with the helmet and you float and scream a lot. So I just kind of thought maybe you were a bad guy, but I don't know. Talking to you, you don't seem like a bad guy.
There are those
It
who
would
would
really
see me
bum
as a
me out.
villain.
The what?
There are those who would see me as a villain and what I do as evil. But I protect people.
Okay.
I teach. I inform. That alone is dangerous in this world.
I would like to eyeball this fella. 29 out of 68.
He's getting a little self-righteous kind of to convince himself that he's a good person. He does seem to have genuine motives of helping the city. He's a teacher here and like the city means a lot to him. He's curious. He's greedily curious.
Okay,
but
that's
you've
good to
seen no indication that he is willing to kill wantonly to further his curiosity.
Understood.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to ask, just to be sure. And look, I don't know anything about the world. Obviously, I'm learning everything right now, and you know so much about the world. But what I have seen in my travels with these things, it's just, and I know you're smart, right? You're probably way smarter than me. But if any of them offer you anything, it's just bullshit. And I know you probably already know that, but just in case.
Power not earned is power not understood. And power not understood is more dangerous to you than anyone you would use it against.
Yeah, that sounds right. All right, well.
Don't be fooled by the doppelganger.
I know. I just don't want to keep killing people.
How many will die if you don't? It's a question every warrior must ask. Well,
all right, I'll see you.
lunch for me.
Yeah, me too. I just leave. I
And
leave
with
and
that-
I bump into the door and then I open the door. Oh shit.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and take our break. It's a little late. Thanks for hanging in there.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's okay. We started a little.
You dropped the chord thing. I was like, fuck, am I onto something?
No, he built a massive thing with his own force of will and personality and put his heart and soul into it.
I think I'm just learning what these threads are more and more. Yeah.
Partially what they are, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
We're going to go to break. We'll be back in 10-15 minutes or so. Make sure you get up, drink water, stretch, do all the things. And, of course, enjoy the art and music. And we'll see you in a little bit. Hello, everyone, and welcome back.
Hi, everybody. The group had a chat with Exaxa. Jetta is back with them, and Starissa was called away. So, you all leave after you're out in the anteroom, and Helix is like, okay, well, thanks for coming by.
Always good to see you, Helix.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Prefer a solid.
Always informative too.
Conditioner would help.
You have no idea how much conditioner I go through.
Interesting. She just takes the piece that she had brought out and like squishes it down. And she had made a
chunk
case.
of sandstone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She had just made a case, takes out the old one that she had, kind of tosses it, and then puts that back where it was.
You basically played with it like it was clay. Well,
Yeah.
This is a stone that shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
However, magic. You got magic. So,
Now Bert has a new house behind my back.
is there anything else you needed to do in Duelmer?
No.
No.
Alright.
I just needed to restock some stuff, but other than that, it's not.
Yeah, you all
RP
restock
worthy.
on essential traveling supplies. I believe at this point you've gotten your vehicles back.
Oh no, yeah, I don't even remember where my truck was.
Here, actually, it was
About your
here.
truck.
Yay! Yeah, I just swing by, say hello to the dwarf sisters, just because they're cool, and then we're done.
Yep. They both flirt with you a good bit, but they are actually a little busy today.
Yeah, I can't stay long enough to help them.
Yeah.
So on our
Alright.
way.
I don't have to do this in Dwemer, but I wanted to clairvoyance on Tyrkix.
Is there a
Sometime.
percentile?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
34.
All right, and that's well under your percent, I believe.
Yep.
All right. Once again, let me make it.
Oh yeah, I have alcohol in the in the back of the truck, which has been fermenting all year, so it's probably real good ass beer at this point.
I don't know if I ever got rid of that.
You didn't.
All right.
No, it's chilling. It's chill. You have a
Where
whole still in the back of your truck.
Where did Jelly end up?
Around.
Jelly's fucking
been
been
with him the
hanging
whole
out with me, actually.
Every now and then we'll pop out and do a thing, but has
I
been
will-
mostly just like in kids' bags, chilling
I
at the
will
bottom. of them.
always, Kevin, I will consistently and always give him scritches and snacks. Forever. To smell a jelly. Smell a jelly worm monster.
Sounds about like Bert, except Bert has an attitude.
All right.
Yours is just gluttonous
Yeah,
and
Bert's
lazy.
Bert's an asshole.
Love him for it. I
So
will continuously throw him away for him to come back.
you get a vision of Tyrgix, and now you can see the shape of the armory. You can't really make out more than his shape, but you can now at least get the shape. And you can see the face.
Okay.
They are Tyrgix is frantically searching through a computer, but your vision doesn't actually the vision would show you exactly what's on the computer. An old database that hadn't been updated and was found and repowered. He's looking up libraries and sees a thing about the Great Chicago Library, which is rumored to be the Coalition Library. But good luck going after that.
Fuck that.
Yeah, you basically have to break into the heart of the Coalition Empire, fight your way to the sub hidden sub basement of it, and hope to get anything out of there. It would basically be a suicide.
Yeah, that's a suicide mission for sure.
Even for the armory and tier gigs. Though maybe not for tier gigs, but probably wouldn't be able to get any out with anything either. The there was a huge public free library in Philadelphia, but no one's really sure what's been happening over there. And seems to frustrate Tyrgix. Tyrgix says, well, we'll have to wait till we hear from your boyfriend. He says, Armory goes, he's not my boyfriend. He goes, and Tyrgix goes, yeah, genders. And the room suddenly flashes purple, and in steps Zarian and Wenra, stepping through a teleport. Zarian says, all right, apparently that's not going to work for him anymore, but you caused enough destruction, he's not mad about it. Well, I guess we'll just hang here for a bit until he comes back with more orders. They closed this mine forever ago, so I don't think anyone's going to come looking here. But if you need something, I can pop over to Silverado. And that's where the vision ends.
That was Zarian saying
Yeah.
The last bit?
Yep.
I find the, find everyone else, let them know what I saw.
Now, the thing is, you don't know when that was. There was no indication of light. There was no indication of day and time. Also, Freya just passes out suddenly. So please excuse the overlay for a moment. The image could be current, but it could also be in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
But hard to say. Armory was still without a helmet. But, you know.
Was the computer that the Tyrgix was using, did it look earthly?
It was an Earth computer. It was an old Earth, like, portable database, like an old laptop that hadn't been powered on for a long time. But someone found a way to refurbish it, and it still had some useful data. Like, it had the Encarta 95 CD on it. Essentially, of 2095.
And the room had no windows or anything.
It seemed to be in a dark place. Nouns that stood out would be Silverado.
Well,
But yeah,
Is that a place?
it appears to be.
Is that a place we know? Like a town or?
It's definitely a town. Jetta, go ahead and roll me a navigation. Or if anyone happens to know anything about Silverado IRL, you can have your character know that for reasons.
Navigation.
Is that Colorado?
Yep.
Route tracking. I don't think I technically have navigation.
So they're in
Land
Colorado
nav.
right now?
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Right now
rolled-
being relative.
You're right, in this vision.
I rolled the 2 zeros on
Which
here and a
means-
5.
Okay, you got a 5
Out of 72.
out of 72. You've been to Silverado. There's some techno wizards up there. There's used to be silver mines.
I know where it is.
Uh,
I can help you.
Yeah.
If you need help, that is. I don't know if you need me to help you anymore with navigation because, you guys have been doing a lot of stuff without me. So I can help you, but I don't have to.
At one point, you did a thing in Silverado with a guy who had a motorcycle and 6 guns.
Because, that's what I do. Up to you guys.
So,
Okay.
the group has that little bit more information, and your next stop is Lockhaven. If you still
Lockhaven,
want to go to Lockhaven, unless
I do, because I got to touch base. And this feels like things are ramping up, so I want to...
This is your home, right?
you're
Yeah.
going to Lockhaven
I've
next.
never been there.
That is true. Jeddah has never been there. I
I've
think I might
never
have said
met your
Jeddah.
mother.
Oh.
Did I say Jeddah did
Wink,
once? I
wink.
don't know.
I've never been there before, but I have met his mother.
Yes, met my mother.
But with
I know that I've met you.
but sadly, Michelle's internet has decided to take a leap off a pier, and is
Long
no
walk
longer
off a
functional.
short pier.
So I think I'm gonna wrap up a bit early tonight.
Okay.
Have abbreviated episode. Sorry for the tech troubles early, but apparently the internet is just unhappy these last couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was having problems with internet earlier too. I only noticed because the captions kept blinking. The whole script thing would disappear and come back. So
Oh wow.
I don't know what's going on, but just
Well-
all troubles today.
We do the best we can.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So thank you for joining us, everybody. But we will start next time with the group arriving in Lockhaven. So let's go around and let people know where we are. And we're just gonna where we can find us. So we're gonna start with Peppermint.
Hi everyone, I'm Peppermint, or I'm Nerdy Teddy. You can find me on Twitter at Nerdy Teddy. You can find me on the Discord at the Nerds with Dice Discord, and you can find me tomorrow night here playing Tales from the Loop. That'll continue for 4 sessions every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. EST, and Thursday I will be playing a game of Die Laughing at 8 p.m. EST. Mondays I am over on the Bardic Nox channel playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I have some games and stuff that I wrote. You can check that through the link, or you can go over to my Twitter and find the link there.
All right. Thank you very much. Up next is Maxine.
Hi, everybody. My name is Maxine Bachmann, also known as that girl that plays anywhere and everywhere except for Instagram, where I'm Lady Skyburn, and now also my art page at That Girl's Art Page, because I'm creative. Also, I am on and off this month doing a lot of different things, so best way to find me is on Instagram right now, because I'm trying to build up my art stuff. So if you need chibis or any art thing, please message me and let me know. Thank you.
All
I think
right.
that's it.
Thank you. Michelle, you can find at Shell_game on Twitter. I believe she doesn't have any other projects she's talking about at the moment. And let's go around to Evan.
Hello, everybody. I'm Evan Jennings. You can find me at Evan Jennings 64 on the Twitter. I don't have anything going on just yet, but I am perpetually working on some things. So
Right.
hopefully I'll be able to have something.
No problem. All right. So, and Ting.
Hey, I'm Ting. Find me on Twitter at TingTut, and here on Tuesdays.
All right. Thank you so much. And so, my name is Kevin Myers. I've been your game boss for the evening. You can find my wife's amazing knitwear and designs on lattesandllamas.com. I don't know why it doesn't just autofill it now, but I'm too lazy to type it at the moment. No, I'll type it because I love my wife. And she can hear me as I say these things. All right.
Smart man.
Yep. All right. So thank you for joining us, everybody. We'll be back with more riffs hopefully next week, and we will see you soon. Nerdy, do we got a raid?
Yes, we'll be raiding Transplanar tonight.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.